Well, it's a first alert weather day on a Friday, and we've got conditions that are going to get worse as the day goes on. So we just want to make sure you're prepared for this, give you that heads up about what to expect. So here are the headlines for today on this first alert weather day. First of all, we're going to notice a change in the wind and the snow, and we're going to be dealing with light snow starting up for some of us already this morning. A few flurries out there, so not too impactful yet, but eventually roads will become slick by the afternoon as we see that snow roll in. And then on top of that, gusts getting into that 40-mile-per-hour range here for this afternoon and evening. So that means that snow is blowing around. We've got low visibility. And once that snow ends tonight, there will still be some blowing and drifting snow, but this is also cold air rushing in. We'll still have that wind sticking around and bringing down our wind chills down to 30 below for some of us. This is the first time we'll see that for a lot of us here for the first time this season. So be ready for the cold to follow this. Here's a look at the latest. We've got the clouds. We've got a little bit of light snow affecting us here in the valley. Just a few flakes at the moment, but we're watching out for that snow to kind of move in and build in into the valley as we make our way through the morning. And you can see some hints of that. Just a few areas of light blue down in southeastern North Dakota. Also over to the east, we're seeing a few areas where you might be getting some flurry activity right now. Let's talk about some good news for the moment. It's not bad temperature-wise for many of us in the south and east. We're looking at some 20s to even some low 30s in spots. That's not going to last, so just keep that in mind. It's going to be looking a lot more like what we're dealing with up to the northwest. It's only 9 degrees in Langdon, so the colder air is already taking over for you there. That's where the wind has turned northerly. That's where we're looking at some gusts that have been getting into the 20s, even some 30s. There's a gust in Grand Forks to 32 miles per hour. So already starting up as far as that wind is concerned for some of us. And here's a look at that hour-by-hour planner. So mostly cloudy skies this morning. We'll watch those snow showers developing as the morning goes on. This is 9 a.m. and by the time we're into the noon hour, you can see there's a large area of snow affecting places, especially in eastern North Dakota, stretching perhaps into northwest Minnesota at that point. And simultaneously, the wind has picked up into the 30s. So we're combining the two. And we're seeing conditions that are going to be worsening as far as visibility is concerned, as far as we're dealing with conditions that are going to be tough on the roads with some fresh snow coating the roads as well. So lunch hour is going to be tough for a lot of folks, especially in the west. It may not be hitting you yet in the east, but eventually you'll be experiencing that as well. So by 3 o'clock, our conditions are not great. And in fact, look at our temperatures. We start nicely this morning, but we'll end up into the teens by 3 o'clock this afternoon in the south. And that wind just continues to drive in even as the snow starts to move on. And again, a reminder, we'll still have some of that blowing and drifting snow even after it ends. And by 9 o'clock tonight, we're looking at temperatures starting to dip below zero in the northwest. And more of us will get in on that too. So low temperatures, still getting those winds gusting into the 20s and some 30s. That's why we're looking at some of those dangerously low wind chills happening for us tonight. Overnight and into tomorrow morning, you can see our temperatures mainly in the single digits below zero to start off the day tomorrow. So it's going to be a frigid start here for your Saturday morning. Snow potential. This is the really good thing, is that we're not experiencing heavy snow with this. It could be a lot worse. Still, it could be better too. We're looking at 1 to 3 inches of snow. That's enough to cause that blowing and drifting with that wind. And here's a look at our wind gusts for Fargo for today. Again, as the morning progresses, heading into afternoon and evening, you can see some of our strongest gusts will be happening at that time into the late night hours, and then it'll be slow to slow down. So still breezy even into Saturday morning. So Saturday is going to be a very cold start. We'll work on warming up with some sunshine, but make sure you're bundling up for the Holiday Lights Parade or any other outdoor plans you have on Saturday. And then Sunday, nice and bright and sunny. Probably our warmest day of the next 7 days with a high of 20 degrees. So it's going to be cold. Average high this time of year is 30. So we'll be a little bit under that coming up here for the weekend. Next week, again, just be ready for the cold, and tonight's chill will prepare you for it.
Seriously, I'm going to be like, oh, it's so heat wave once it hits 30. Like,
right?
My goodness.
That happens every year. Right, exactly.
Don't cry, it'll freeze. Don't cry.
Happy Friday, everybody.
Yeah, right. It's still Friday. All right, we're bringing it. We're okay. Thank you for preparing us. Goodness gracious.